Okay, here we're going to go to the next level, combining like terms advanced. So it's very similar to the combining like terms basic, except maybe there's more terms to combine. No big deal. Here's our example problem. Now notice we need to shop around and look for those things that are alike. Remember, like terms have the same variable part. And then, of course, regular numbers, those of course go together, so those are alike. So this suggests that we rearrange it so that we put those things that are alike next to each other. The commutative property allows us to rewrite things in a different order. So we can put the 4x and the x together, and then we got the 1 and the 2 together. And of course the 4x and the 1x, remember our secret invisible 1 right here? That makes a 5x. And then you know that 1 and 2 make 3. So our final answer is 5x plus 3. Not really too hard. Let's look at some more examples here. Sometimes they look really complicated. Don't freak out. It's not that bad. All we have to do is use the tools we've already learned. Distributive property, so that we remove the parentheses. So we know from previous experience that when we see this number in front of the parentheses, we can just distribute it to get rid of that parentheses. And the same thing with the negative 4. Distribute it, and that's what we get here. The negative 3 times the 2u makes the negative 6u. The negative 3 times the w makes the negative 3w, etc. We're just going to move right down the line. Negative 4 times the 5w makes the negative 20w, and then the negative 4 times the negative 3 makes the positive 12u. Sorry, the negative 4 times the negative 3u makes the 12u. Now we look for like terms, and we see we've got a positive 6u and a positive 12u. So if we rearrange it so that those are next to each other, that helps us understand. Oh, I'm kind of skipping a step here. This explains the bump that I use the bump term. So we have a minus 3w. It's a bump. That's the same as plus a negative 3w. A minus 20w, bump, makes plus a negative 20w. That's all they've done here in this step. Then we can rearrange. We see that we've got the negative 3w and plus a negative 20w. That's what they've done here. Combining those, we know that the negative 6u and the positive 12u makes a positive 6u. The negative 3w plus another negative 20w makes a negative 23w, and there's our final answer. Okay, more examples if you need them. Here we've got a distributive property, so we distribute this out. We've got the negative 3 times the negative 4u, that makes a 12u. Then we multiply the negative 3 times the negative 1y, secret invisible 1. That makes a positive 3y. Then we work this negative 3, distribute it, times the 5y. That makes a negative 15y. And the negative 3 times the negative 5u makes a positive 15u. Now I'm going to rearrange, writing those things together. 12u plus 15u. And then these are like terms, so I have a plus 3y minus 15y. Bump. 12 plus 15 makes a 27u. And then we have a positive 3y plus a negative 15y. That makes a negative 12y. And you can write it like this, or you could write it as plus a negative 12y. Both are the same. They're both correct. And there's our final answer. So not too bad. Here's one more example if you need it. We're going to distribute out. We've got a negative 2u, and we've got a negative 2y. This is a secret invisible 1 right here, so it's a negative 1 distributed. Negative 1 times a negative 5y is a positive 5y. And a negative 1 times a u is a negative 1u, or bump bump plus a negative 1u. Here's another bump bump, so that makes a plus negative 2y. Now we look at the two like u terms. We've got a negative 2u plus a negative 1u. That makes a negative 3u. And then we've got a negative 2y plus 5y. That makes a positive 3y. And we are all